Hey guys, Banana Luck here. Welcome back to another Wardrobe Realms video. We have Ezareth finally unlocked. It is almost the last day of the event and we honestly don't have much morale left. I emptied about 1000 into the this boss last night. So yeah, we're pretty much out on morale here unfortunately. And here's the Ezareth boss. So it looks pretty much like a Sokadin's rerun. So that says that Galaxy's End does some fatal damage, but it's not fatal. You have Flashbane dealing vulnerability, but we don't have to worry about that at all because we are now immune to buffs and debuffs. Buffs as well, because I mentioned that because people are reporting like Sagak is not reducing his own HP, and then we also have Gretchen's Rage Regen and crit damage not working. Then you have Void Fall. This one is easy to break. I've done a run just before this already. There's no issues in breaking it. And then this monsters that spawn, just make sure you have units covering them. If you're running Nightmare, then I recommend that you use Rygar there. If you have Valderon, then you do Valderon there with like a Cornelian to, heal him. And then, yeah, this is just the default thing where every time he does Void Fall, he's gonna, have increased shield strength on the Void Fall. And if let's say you don't, and let's say you, even if you do everything well, the Galaxy's End is still gonna do one more, instance of damage. Then he's immune to CC effects, but that doesn't really matter because it means that we can run many different teams and, still do well with it because he's not immune to debuffs. Alright. So yeah, this is Ezareth. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna invite some memorials to use. Let's see what we have here. Okay, we have an Esoterisis team, so you can use that. And then we also have, yep, there you go. So this is the team I'm running. I'm gonna use 2 memorials in, and this is what you should do if you're new to the game and you don't really have people to play with. You can run with memorials like this. So you just need to find people that can, add you in the game, and then you can go ahead to do that. So yeah, just some food for thought. If you are Kraken and someone's adding you, maybe it's because of the memorial. Maybe do it for the event so that, you can actually get in. So I'm going to use Rygar this time round, and then we're going to see how it works out. I'm not sure if this will work out well or not, but, so far it's doing fine. We hit about 2.2 billion with this, so let's go. Let's get started. The team is very straightforward, to be honest. All you do is just do damage. That's it. Don't really have to worry much about other things here. Let's see. Yeah, they're gonna cover the side, so I'm gonna cover the middle instead. Let's cast the ultimates. Dracula's probably gonna die quite a bit here, unfortunately. Let's see. I should get a Cornelian Ops from my ally here, so that's good. Which is probably how I'm gonna be surviving for a bit here. Unfortunately, this auto placement is really bad because Numera is not getting healed, which is not good. So I keep getting hit instead, but yeah. And Ezareth might get buffed, so I should bring the Moradin over to help block, but let's do it later on the next ultimate. And you can see the Void Force Shield isn't really a threat. We brought it down almost instantly once it got up. So that's good to know. Just trying to get this out of the way. And can get all the ultimates out again. I should have placed Moradin here. He's not doing any damage now because of that. Let's do it in a second here. So very healthy damage, honestly. I'm surprised. You can see his Count Dracula is obviously doing way more damage than mine. I think that's because it's in a chaotic faction, whereas mine is not. On the other hand, then my Wukong is doing quite a fair chunk of damage as well. One last minute. You can see this team, okay, the Numera doesn't look too good because it keeps dying, but my assumption is that the Ezareth's team will do just as well here too. Dracula managed to survive because of his Cornelian. Otherwise, he would probably be having a pretty tough time here, so I got lucky. I got lucky with a placement that worked. But yeah, if you don't have a Cornelian on the other side, then running Dracula is going to be pretty rough. Yeah, there you go. 5.7 billion, and then we have the max purification score. So I would say the team is pretty similar to what we're running on, you know, the other faction trials. I mean, sorry, the Sokedin's fight as well. So Wukong as MVP, Dracula, Raiga, Moradin, and then Astro. Astro doing more damage here slightly because now Moradin moved out for a bit. And Dracula, Valderon, Gretchen, so on and so forth. And then yeah, the rest of the units here. I honestly think if the Numera was done better, it would probably have went up in damage. So one thing that I need to stress as well is that because of the Twin Fin skill that makes us immune to, you know, let me see if they sent extra. No, they didn't send extra yet. I was hoping they did, and then we'll be able to actually get more attempts in. But now I'm thinking whether I should run my chaotic team or my, you know, SO team. But yeah, I don't know. So yeah, what I want to mention here is the boss buff that we got, right? From the, where was it? Yeah, during the Siege of Tia, all allied heroes are immune to debuffs. So it seems like Soul Drain, the crit damage buff from Gretchen, all those are being counted as debuffs for some reason, which is why it doesn't work. So I'm going to go on a limb here to say that even Inspiration does not work as well. That's what I've been saying from the start. I think it's because after defeating Twin Fin, this happens, because now people are reporting bugs where Sagak's HP is not reducing, Gretchen's crit damage is not showing. So yeah, let's swap for a bit here, but before that I can show you guys my gear. So this is Raiga's gear, Cataclysm with the Nightmare Ring, and then we have the Shadowed Hilt artifact, followed by Moradin with Cataclysm as well as Nightfall artifact, and then Astro with Cataclysm as well, and then yeah, should I swap this? And then the Helm of Helios. Wukong is obviously in Hell's Lament here, because he gets a lot of ultimates off. Otherwise, in a normal scenario, Hell's Lament might not work. And then we have the Golden Cudgel. And last but not least, we have Count Dracula, attack speed build with crit damage on the banger. And then the ring is chaotic, so yeah. And then he's exclusive, obviously. So now I'm gonna swap things up a bit. I'm gonna run. Where is it? Need to think very carefully what units I can actually run, because we know that you know what, I'm not gonna show chaotic at all, because I think only Valderon and Dracula works if I'm not wrong, because Gretchen is bugged out, right? I mean, we could try, see how it goes, but my guess is that something is not working as intended, so we might see very weird results, but let's try it. And do Valderon. Let's swap with one of the Cataclysm sets.
The realm trembles at the sight of my blade.
Jin as well, we'll just swap it out. My gut feel is that she'll do the least damage here because she's not getting all the crit damage and rage regen buff. I'm just gonna try it anyways. See how that pans out. Go. And then what else do we have? Balderon. I should swap this out. Maybe give this to Gretchen instead. Give him the max buff. There you go. I think we're all set. Let's head in for another round here. I'm gonna use Memoria Assist once more because yeah, don't think we can actually get a proper team in. Let's use another team instead because the Eloin one wasn't deploying properly. Now this is my last attempt unfortunately, but for sure I think Ezareth works because he's not immune to debuffs. So let's get in and see what we can do here.
Let their blood flow around and despair.
Here you go. And then let's proc the ultimates. Okay.
Let darkness consume you. Feel the wrath of the grim.
Just checking if the boss got any buffs. I think one of the mobs might have went in, so let's see. Yeah, you can see, right? Even though Gretchen is on max stacks here, we're not getting the crit damage or the, you know, not getting the crit damage or the rage regen buff, which is annoying because that should not be happening. That's the biggest part of their kit that makes them good here, right? But yeah, unfortunately, it is what it is. Let's see. Surprisingly, this team is still doing decently well, so that's a good thing. Let's see what else they can do. It does look like Durza might be the better pick here over like a Saga or Gretchen, because Gretchen's not offering much here because of the immune to buff thing. I'm really surprised the shield is so easy to break, because we're breaking it once he comes out.
Let darkness consume you.
Alright, we hit the 4 billion here, which is what we need at the bare minimum. And yeah, I think that proves that Chaotic Team definitely can work as well, but it is annoying that it's not working as intended. This team could definitely do much more damage if, you know, we could actually get some debuffs going off. Wait, how did Cornelian die? That's the most random death ever.
Gather round and despair.
See the damage. Yeah, Gretchen is really not pulling her weight here. I'll probably remove her if I had the chance to, you know, do these runs again. But there we go, 5.1 billion. This is fully on Memoria Assist, so we're not even running proper teams. And yeah, this is doing worse than my Nightmare team. I think I might actually stick to the Nightmare just for it, because Gretchen is just not simply pulling her weight, and I think Sargak's not getting the buff from his passives and all that as well, and yeah, just don't seem to be doing that good. Comparatively to this team, it seems like Durza is still working well, And Valderon, Gretchen. Yeah, I think Durza is what makes the difference here. So just some food for thought. And then we have, yeah, I think this team didn't run it ideally, like the placements and all that. If we ran a proper SO team, I think it would work perfectly fine as well because he's not immune to debuffs at all. So there you go. I think 3 different teams that we can run there. We have Nightmare with Dracula. We have Chaotic with Dracula. Remove Gretchen, to be honest. I've seen screenshots where people are using Lugaru, which work just fine. So maybe try that instead. And then yeah, Ezareth's team works as well. And I have no reason to not believe that Infernos will work too. Unfortunately, I'm out of morale, so I can't showcase any more of such teams. But I think the War Eater is basically just free for all. You're just doing as much damage as you can with whatever, you know, units you have. It doesn't look like there's any hard requirements. And bear in mind, the rewards are actually doubled of the normal bosses. So that's very nice. And I'm going to make a video shortly on the shop as well because we now have everything covered. So yeah, that's going to be it for the video. Thanks for tuning in. Leave a like or subscribe if you've enjoyed the video. And I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.